people who follow me and are probably not going to watch this video because I'm too awkward. So this is my Q&A video for hitting 3K followers. Yay, I'm so excited. So I actually have a lot of questions, so this is actually probably going to be long again like last time. Just weird. I had like 4 questions, and it had been like an hour since I posted it, and I was like, okay guys, I'm not going to do a Q&A video if no one sends me questions. Like, I can't answer just 4 questions. And then all of a sudden everyone started sending me questions, and I have like 30 now. So I'm not doing all of them. I apologize if you sent me one, I'm not doing it, but I'm going to try to do a lot of them. I'm really awkward. Sorry. My parents may walk in the middle of this video because they're gone right now, and who knows when they're getting back. So, okay. I'm going to be awkward now. I'm just reading them off. I don't really plan my answers ahead of time because I feel like that's just not genuine. And I'm lazy. Question. If Supernatural was actually real and something happened in your neighborhood to attract Dean and Sam to come investigate, what would be the first thing you say to them? Well, it would depend on if I knew that they were, like, investigating or not. If I was aware that, like, they were hunting, then I would probably want in on it, just because, like, nothing ever happens in my life, and I'd want to be like, oh, hey, this something cool's going on. If I didn't know, I would probably just, like, answer their questions, or, no, I already talked to the police, that might be what I say. Have you ever wanted to quit the Supernatural fandom? If so, why? Kind of, like, I feel like I know I'm never going to, and I'm gonna keep watching it, but, like, season 9, I just didn't like it at all. I mean, I did, it was like I would watch an episode and I would be really excited about it when I watched it, but then looking back over the whole season, I felt like the plot lines were too reoccurring, and I felt like there wasn't enough, like it just felt like this is the same thing I've been seeing since the beginning. It just felt like, oh, they just regressed. It felt like there was so much character development in season 8 and everything, and it felt like they regressed all the way back. And it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of made me not want to watch anymore. What are your favorite shows? Obviously, Supernatural. Scrubs. Scrubs is like my favorite show. I've been watching it since I was like 8. And my parents were like, I don't really want you watching this, but I would watch it with them anyway. And like I've seen every season, every episode like 20 times because I watched it on Netflix. I'll like watch all 9 seasons all the way through on Netflix and then turn around and rewatch all 9 seasons all the way through on Netflix. And I can't express how much I love Scrubs. And The Fosters right now. Orange is the New Black. I like that show. This one's funny. Would you rather have Destiel as your parents or only Cass as your brother? I'd probably want Cass as my brother because then it would make all the smut I've read really weird if they were my parents. Like, that'd be so weird. Oh god. Okay. Is there a character on Supernatural that you feel most connected to and why? Yes, Cass. I answered that in my last Q&A video, so I'm not going to go in depth on that, but Castiel, I feel most connected to him. What are some of your hobbies? I like swimming. There's a pool in our neighborhood, and I'll go and swim laps. I used to be on the swim team. I write, or I try to write, which means I will write like 16 things in one day and then go a month without opening Word ever again. And I sleep a lot. If you could spend one day with absolutely anyone, who would it be? Misha. I cry. Misha's my favorite person in the entire world. Okay. Sorry, some people have sent like 4 questions because I asked people to, because I wasn't getting any, and so I'm trying to like do all of them. If you could switch places with anyone for a day, who would you switch with and why? I'd probably switch with someone on the Supernatural set, so that it's not like I would still want to be, I wouldn't want to switch places with Misha, Jensen, or Jared, because I want to hang out with Misha, Jensen, and Jared, but I'd want to switch places with someone who works with them on a daily basis. What's the biggest change you've had in feelings towards a character from any TV show, book, movie, whatever? I don't know. The only thing I can really think of is like Supernatural characters, so I would probably say Sam, because at the beginning of the show, like when it was just like season 1, I felt like I related to Sam the most, and I was like, oh, Sam's my favorite. But I feel like most of the reason why I liked Sam was because I kept seeing Sam hate on my dash, and I was like, Sam's my favorite, just to like combat that. But then as like I watched the show more, I realized I relate more to Dean and Cass most of all, but like I really also relate to Dean like a whole lot. And so I feel like I still love Sam with all my heart, but I don't feel like I connect with him really as much as I do with the other characters. And so, yeah, it went from like me thinking Sam was my favorite to now Sam's not my favorite anymore, but I still like him. If you could enter and exit any fictional world at will, what would you choose? I would enter the fictional world where I was best friends with everyone on the Supernatural cast. I don't, probably Harry Potter. I probably want to live in the Harry Potter world and like go to Hogwarts because I just think that'd be really cool. Yeah. If you had the chance to write an SBN episode and put anything in it, what would you do? I would probably write a musical episode, which they're doing now. I would make Destiel canon. I would definitely 100% make Destiel canon. But yeah, I would probably write like a musical episode, and then I don't know. I love musical episodes. Like Scrubs was really like one of the first shows I think that did a musical. And like I remember watching it when I was like way younger when it came out, and like it was so funny, and it was like that's like my whole family has loved that show. That's another one of those things, is that's one of those shows that like I would watch with my whole family. And we even my everyone on my dad's side of the family would go to the beach for a week over the summer back when we were younger, because I mean we don't do it anymore because it's harder for us to like plan it and get together and everything. And so, and people have gone to college and moved out and stuff. But we used to always go to the beach. And the kids, my cousins and I have 8 cousins and 4 siblings, we would always put on like a talent show. And like, we would sing and dance and all this stuff. And me and my, 2 of my brothers, or no, my brother and my sister and 2 of my cousins, the 5 of us, reenacted the musical episode of Scrubs, and we learned all of the songs, and we like learned all the words, and we had like scripts printed out, and we acted out the musical episode of Scrubs. And it was great. So that was kind of a tangent. Wow. But I would probably do like a musical episode because I just think they're funny, and I would make Destiel canon definitely, and I'd bring Charlie back and like Kevin back, and everyone would be in the Supernatural episode. Okay. What moment / episode ripped your heart out the most in Supernatural? Oh god, all of them. I'm trying to think, because I know that, like, okay, Bobby dying was really sad, but it didn't really, I knew it was coming, because I had seen it on, like, on Tumblr, I knew it was coming, so it didn't really hit me that hard. I think that, I don't know. One of the things that killed me was in the season 8 finale, Crowley's scene when he had kind of like that breakdown, that killed me. Oh my god, that hurt so bad. I don't know. It's the whole show ripped my heart out. Where would you love to live? New York City. I don't know, I always hated cities just because I grew up in the country, and I was like, oh, I don't want to live in a city, I want to live in the country, and I want to be somewhere where it's like small town. I grew up in like a really small town in the South, and I was like, oh, that's where I want to live. I want to like marry someone who drives a truck and all this stuff. But that was like, looking back, I'm like, that's not me. It was because my best friend at the time was really country. Like her dad owned like not owned, her uncle owned a farm and like raised goats and stuff, and her other best friend had horses. Everyone had horses where I live, and she was really, really kind of like really southern, and I never was. Even though I grew up in the South, and Max claims I have a southern accent, I've never really been southern because my parents aren't really And so it was like, I don't know, where I lived, I felt kind of out of place because everyone was like wearing cowboy boots and went hunting on the weekends and all this stuff. And I kind of felt like out of place, like, because I wasn't Southern. And so I kind of felt like I was just kind of putting on this persona, like I wanted to be like everyone else because that's where I was. But then, my mom moved to DC because she got a job at the Pentagon, and like all last summer I basically spent in DC, like in the city in this apartment. And I fell in love with being able to walk wherever you want to go and like go wherever and just take the metro and not even like, I mean, we lived like a block from the zoo, and I would be like, I want a funnel cake, and I would just walk to the zoo and get a funnel cake. And like, I don't know, I just fell in love with living in the city. And now we live outside of the city, and I really miss being like in the city. And so I want to move to New York now. And me and Max are going to go to New York and be roommates. Hashtag human angel roommate. No, that was whatever. Human angel mermaid roommates. Owl AU over everything, best deal ever. Really don't ask. Okay, this is like my favorite question. When you eat a taco, do you turn your head with a taco? I don't even like, I was trying to like, when I got this question, I was trying to figure it out, and I was like holding a taco, and I'm like, how do I eat a taco? I think I turn my head. I'm like, okay, let me visualize this. Pick up the taco, eat the taco. I don't even know what this question really means. I guess I turn my head. Go with that. Okay. What is something you wish you could do? I wish I could draw. I can't draw. Like, I try, and I know that, like, you're supposed to practice, and that's how people get good, is practicing. But, like, I don't know. I never, as a kid, I always wanted to do everything. I was so, like, I did gymnastics, I did dance, I did soccer, I did softball. Like, I just switched from thing to thing to thing. And so I never really got good at any one thing because I wanted to do everything. And that's still kind of how I feel. That's how I've always been. I'm kind of wishy-washy. I'll like decide I want to get really good at making supernatural graphics, and I'll make like 2. And then I'll be like, no, I want to make GIFs. And then I'll make 2 GIF sets. And then I'll be like, I'm going to write fan fiction. And I'm like, I don't really stick with something. I always like do a vast variety of things, but I never get really good at any one thing. And I like hate myself for it because I wish I would stick to something so I could be good at something. Because right now I just feel like I'm crap at everything. Like, I can do a lot of stuff not really well, but I can't do any one thing good. So I really wish I could draw. And like, I try to practice, but I always get discouraged because I'm so bad at it. And it's like, I know that like you have to practice to get good, but I just wish I could draw. Have you ever been to a foreign country? No, I haven't, but I am, well, not really foreign. It's Canada. But I'm going to Canada in a week to spend a week with Max. And I'm going to cry. Like, I don't think anyone understands how excited I am about this. Because, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm going to Canada from the 31st to the 11th. And I'm gonna do Gishwiz with Max. And we're gonna go to Niagara Falls and go to Toronto. And I'm like so excited. One, because I've never left the East Coast of America. I've been to Florida. I've been to New York. And that's how far south and north I've been. And I've been to New Orleans and West Virginia. And that's the furthest west I've been. I have not left the East Coast. And I'm like so excited to go see Max, and Justo's coming too. And I'm basically just gonna cry. Like, if you've ever heard me like mention any of them, if you've ever been on my blog, you probably know that how much I love them. Actually, I hate them. But anyway, I'm also studying abroad in England for a semester. So I'm leaving on August 25th, and I'm coming back December 20th, and I'll be living in London for a semester. So I haven't been yet, but I'm going to. What's your biggest fear? Probably like being alone. I don't know. I have this fear of being like abandoned. Like, I need to be around people sometimes. I'm kind of like an introvert and an extrovert. Like I've been told by a psychologist that I'm both an introvert and an extrovert. So sometimes I'm like, no, get away from me, don't touch me. But like sometimes I just need to be around people, and like I don't know, I just have this like fear of being like abandoned by my friends. I always feel like nobody loves me. Like I'm always like, all my friends secretly hate me and they like all their other friends better than me. And like I don't know, I just have this like terrible fear that no one's ever going to love me. Sorry, the font on my blog is really small. I'm just reading these off my tag for the Q&A video. If you could spend one day with your favorite character, what would you do with them? Let's see. Well, my favorite character is Cass. So I would probably I'd probably force him to get together with Dean, first of all. And be like, I know you're in love with him, go make out with him. But no, I'd probably want to do something like, I mean, he's so new to the concept of pop culture and humanity, so I'd probably want to do something like go to the beach or go to a amusement park or a water park with him, because he would be so confused. And also because now that he can't fly, I feel like being on a roller coaster would be fun for him, because it feels like you're flying, kind of, sort of. You're rushing through the air, same concept. This one is really hard for me to answer. Would you rather become a successful actress on your favorite TV show or marry your favorite actor? It's so hard, because it's like, on the one hand, I would love to marry Misha. I would cry if I was married to Misha. But on the other hand, I do love acting. I'm not really great at it, but again, I've been in a few plays. I've probably been in about 4. I've been in 4 plays, and I like acting a lot, but I've never done it enough because I've always focused on my schoolwork. I've always been at the top of my class, 7th, 10th in my class, that range, since 6th grade. And so I've always focused a lot on schoolwork, and so I never really I never really did a lot of stuff outside of school that wasn't school related, or clubs. I did a lot of clubs, and I was in the drama club for 2 years, but I just didn't want to. I felt like I had to focus on school, and I felt like there was all this pressure on me to stay one of the top people in my class. And so I wish now I'd branched out more and done more plays and stuff, because I don't know if I'd be good at it or not. I don't, when I look at TV and I see the way Jensen and Jared and Misha get into the characters and stuff, I feel like I could never do that. And I've always felt kind of self-conscious when acting. I feel like an idiot when I'm up on stage. And so I feel like everyone's looking at me and thinking I'm stupid, because I feel self-conscious. But I think I did really good in the play I was in, but I didn't have any written lines. It was a musical, and so we sang. We sang, and I was a showgirl with 5 other girls, and we had a song that we danced to by ourselves. We had a song that we sang to by ourselves, and so I didn't actually have any speaking lines, but I didn't have a problem singing. I love singing. So I don't know. I feel like I'm not good at acting, so I might just want to marry Misha because he's my favorite actor. But at the same time, I think it'd be really cool to be a successful actress and do something on my own, not just be oh, I'm that girl that's married to a famous actor. I'm an actress. But at the same time, I don't really want to be in the spotlight, 'cause I don't know, I wouldn't want people following me around all the time and taking pictures of my life. So basically, I'm just gonna not answer that question and just say I don't know. Okay. This question is from Justo. What would you do if Max and I weren't your friends? My answer is that you guys aren't my friends and I hate you guys. Basically. I'm just kidding. Love you guys so much. Okay, that's all the questions now. I'm so awkward. I'm sorry. I wanted to do this Q&A video because I was I just cut my hair and I got it dyed pink, and I was I want to do a Q&A video so people can see my cool pink hair that's short now. But the woman didn't cut it the way I really wanted it. I wanted it cut about half an inch shorter. I wanted it there. And so she cut it a little bit too long, and all the pink washed out after one wash. There's literally there's pink on the absolute bottom, you can kind of see it right there. I don't know, lighting's weird, but all the pink washed out, and I paid $180 for it. So losers. But yeah, this is me. Oh, I have a missed call from my mom. Whoops. I took a nap and I woke up and I had 10 missed calls from my parents. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about my life right now. Goodbye. Sorry I'm so awkward. Sorry this was so long. Sorry if I talked too fast. I just wanted to like get through all the questions without this video being an hour long.